We've been talking about love all week, and so Debbie Lilly dropped off the beautiful arrangement right here. She's the celebrity event planner who appears on our show often, and just check out these beautiful flowers. I'm in a tulip phase right now.
Really?
Yeah, I
didn't
like
even
it.
know. You like fresh flowers?
I'm part Dutch, and I feel like I should own the tulip thing. You know?
There you go.
It's your identity. It's just speaking to you.
Exactly.
Are you really part Dutch?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're going off the rails a little bit.
To me. I was like, are you really
So first up, former first couple Michelle and Barack Obama want to entertain you. The power couple are in negotiations to produce a series of shows exclusively for Netflix.
Interesting. I'm excited about this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they have so much influence just individually, but also as a couple. So if they're going to be bringing us more of that, I'm all ready for it.
Yeah, and it would be so amazing to see intelligent people on TV. Yeah. I mean, besides you guys.
I mean,
I just want to say that.
We can't be on every station.
I know, right?
You're
booked. You've got things to do. You've got capes to buy.
I
mean,
know.
come on.
I agree with you, though. I watched Obama's interview with David Letterman,
Right.
and he seemed really upset over the alternative facts thing that's going on. And so I think if this goes through, which it sounds like it pretty well might, that this is his way of communicating to the masses and kind of putting forth facts that are actual facts.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and something I know that I don't know if everybody's into it, but Bill Nye has a show as well, and it's amazing to have wow. Look at this knowledge we're actually receiving instead of this muddy, fuzzy shenanigans.
Yeah, the flow of information can kind of be in his hands.
Yeah.
And I was really excited about this because I think that they have so much influence and so much to say. I want to hear what they have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was reading and it said that it would be more of inspirational stories, and then it said maybe Mrs. Obama would do something in terms of health and fitness of what she's obviously already been talking about. And so I don't know. I'm wondering, will we get to see them actually on camera? Are they going to just be producing more behind the scenes, or are they going to do both? We really want them to do both.
Yeah.
And I also heard they talked with Apple as well as Amazon for their streaming services too.
That's
Interesting.
amazing.
It's cool to see a couple like this. I felt like Obama's campaign was unprecedented. His presidency, he did things differently. And now I've been waiting to see what they were going to do after the White House. And I don't think a president has ever gone into production. This is something entirely new.
Yeah, well, I feel also too, with their partnership with social media in the beginning, getting young people involved in the beginning, you just kind of see it sort of pivoting and shifting, but still really the same mission. It's fantastic. I love that.
That did kind of change. Social media, he did kind of bring social media and politics back in 2008 with that campaign.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of social media, something that has been blowing up Twitter is The Bachelor, the season finale, of course.
Oh, Ari.
And so people were saying it's one of the most boring seasons to date, and most people think it was because of The Bachelor himself, Ari. But Minnesota State Representative Drew Christensen took matters into his own hands. He tweeted that if he got 1,000 retweets on this tweet, he would sponsor a bill banning Ari from the entire state. So sure enough, he got the retweets and he drafted the bill. Now, what are the chances this goes through? And also, when I saw this, the first thing that came to my mind was, shouldn't he be doing something else?
Yeah. Bro, do your job.
Some other stuff. Well, first of all, that is the shortest bill I have ever seen in the history of the bill of all bills. He literally spent 10 seconds, which is good. He should spend a lot of time. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love to know that my politician, that's what made Obama so fun, because he's like us. He listens to our kind of music. He watches our kind of shows. So I like to hear that my politicians are being normal. I like to hear that any known figure is being a normal person. But get back to work.
This makes me nervous. I feel like you listen to the cool music, watch cool shows, but when it comes to putting bills into place and doing your job, why are you focusing on The Bachelor?
I would really like just straight up nerds.
Yeah.
You just do your job, you focus, and you're like, bills, only bills. I don't want you to know about The Bachelor. I don't want to know about The Bachelor, if we're going to be honest, but whatever.
But it's everywhere. Social media went crazy
Yeah.
over this guy, Ari. They went crazy over this guy. I don't even watch the show, but I know everything that happened that last episode.
So full disclosure, I do a Bachelor podcast, and I hate the show, and I just talk about how I hate it the whole time. And I was unaware of all the shenanigans. People are into it.
No, it's a cult thing.
It's Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting too because so many feminists are split on The Bachelor. Some of them are like, I
Really?
need something to kind of just take my mind off of things and this is fun. And some of them are saying, this feels weird in this Me Too climate.
Yeah, well, I am on this podcast because
Yeah.
all I do is talk about gender stuff. Like
There
I'm
you
like,
go.
I'm like, this is crazy. Do you see this? Why are we looking at this? Da, 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 da. And my podcast partner's
What's
like,
it called?
It's called Petals and Pricks.
Oh,
There you go.
that sounds appropriate.
But see, I can't even be mad at The Bachelor because I do watch other like crazy reality shows. Like I
you?
watched the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise and other Real Housewife franchises. I watch a little bit of Love and Hip Hop. I don't even want to announce that.
Did you just whisper?
Love and Hip Hop. I don't want the wrong.
You know
people
you have
to
a
hear.
microphone on,
I don't
right?
want. I don't want them to hear.
Okay.
But anywho, the point is, like, I do watch other crazy shows, so I can't be mad about this crazy show.
Yeah.
So next up, I want to talk about Instagram for a second.
Okay.
What are your feelings on Instagram? Do you use it a lot?
I love Instagram.
You do?
I do.
I
yeah.
do too. So apparently there's all these people that want to be Insta famous and they're going to great lengths to make it happen. So for instance, this 26-year-old right here, Lisette Calviero from New York, racked up a bill of more than $10,000 trying to create this mirage of a perfect life on Instagram. She was saying like she spent money traveling places only to take Instagram
Yeah.
photos. I was
It's
blown away
going
by
too
this.
far.
Yeah.
It's going too far. I like Instagram. I do find myself checking it like a little too often. It's fun. It's a way to connect. It's pictures and you can get ideas. I got a lot of wedding ideas from there, but I feel like it does go too far. Even with myself, I'm like, okay, I'm checking it too much. Like, go do something else. Put the phone away. Go focus on something
I think
else.
this is also the strange thing of like in this modern era, which I'm a fan of as well, is really like creating your own brand. So you're having people like, my persona is my brand and I need to make a career out of it. And I think that's fantastic. The problem is you're not giving that like amateur moment where you're like, I don't need to spend this kind of money. I need to learn this equipment. I shouldn't be, getting photographers. It's just this, people aren't just like growing naturally, that they want to be the star right away. And
Yeah.
it's a problem.
That's a really good point. I think there is a millennial idea that I want everything right now. And
sure.
I worked in digital media before this job, and every account I've seen grow has grown because people are authentic. It doesn't matter if you have a perfect shot or necessarily what it looks like. I think people want to see the real you, and that's why they come to Instagram. It's sort of
Yeah.
like voyeuristic. So this seems strange to me.
Yeah, and I do think there is that persona, though. You say the word perfect. I think
Yeah.
there's this thing of like, I want to be a beauty guru, except I'm going to spend thousands of dollars at Sephora, but I don't know how to put on an eyeliner. It's just like, what are you doing? This bananas.
I think we have to
Yeah.
realize, like, it's not real. Like,
Yeah.
this social media thing, I know it's a part of our job and we all are on it, but it's not real life. Like, we have to live in real life and interact in our everyday lives.
Yeah, that's why I love like vloggers who actually show, they're pretty transparent. Now, they do have control of what they're showing, obviously, but it's like they're having a bad day. They're like, listen, I'm not getting out of bed today and let's talk about it. And I'm like, yes, that's what we're looking for in social media. If you're going to put the good stuff, you got to put it all.
Completely agree. It can't always be a highlight reel.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,